And thank you, Craig. Memorial Day weekend just a few weeks away. Matthew Hervin here with some affordable wine recommendations for that perfect holiday party. Welcome back.
Thanks. Great to be here.
And we're going out on a limb today and testing some boxed wines. And I know this was not an easy thing for you to choose.
It really wasn't. Boxed wines, for me, haven't made it to the place they need to be for a serious wine consumer to enjoy, but I think they're getting there.
Okay, let's start with this one. And these did all pass your stamp of approval,
They all
correct?
pass, definitely. If you're looking for affordable options for a big party, these are them. I got all these wines at Total Wine because they had the biggest selection. First one we went with is Double Dog Dare Chardonnay. In the bottle, it costs about, I don't know, funny name. I think they watched that Christmas Story too
Cheers
often.
to that.
It's a very light, fruity Chardonnay. Has a lot of tropical.
Sure.
There's a little bit of spice on it. And for the price, which is about $12, you can have this with your backyard barbecue and not hesitate to serve it. The nose is a little fruity, and like the palate has what I would call tropical flavors, a little bit of pear, and there's a fine bit of spice at the end that kind of gives it some balance and some weight.
How do you compare it to the other Chardonnay you've selected?
So the other Chardonnay, which is Monthaven, which has just come out, I believe, this month. This one's a little bit heavier. There's a little bit more oak in it, has a heavier mouthfeel, and this one's also a little bit more expensive. This one comes in at about $18.
So how do you serve these type of wines?
Great question. They all should be served chilled. And you have to think about that if you're having an outside party because it's going to get warm. The reds should be chilled to about 50, 60 degrees, and the whites a little bit cooler.
And how do you want to store them?
Storage is very important. Cool, dark places. Sunlight will affect these. Even though it's in a box, it's not impervious to the elements. Heat will ruin this. Don't put it in the garage.
Okay, so I know these passed your test, but is there still that stigma that this is tacky and cheap?
I definitely think that there's a stigma attached to it. That box wine is not where it should be. These, I would say, are my favorites of the two. This Merlot has some great flavors to it. The Chardonnay, like I said, a little bit heavier, a little bit oakier, some of that buttery mouth feel to it. They're getting there, and I wouldn't hesitate to serve these at a party when I want to keep my budget in mind.
Let's go ahead and move on to our reds here.
So this is Monthaven Merlot. This one has great berries, but it also has a leathery component, like an earthy component, and some good spice. These both come in at $20 or $18, and they go great with anything you throw on the grill, like burgers or steaks.
How long do they last after you open them up?
They typically last 4 to 6 weeks. If you keep them in the refrigerator and keep them cool, they'll last a little bit longer. If you have them out on like your table, it would definitely be a shorter amount of time.
Very good. Out of the four, what's your number one pick here?
My number one pick would probably be this Merlot.
And I know it was hard for you to select these. What did you do in selecting these?
Well, I definitely taste all of them. And I compared them to, first off, the same wines that would be in the bottle. Double Dog Dare has a bottle, the Monthaven doesn't. So I compared them, and then I also compared them to things I do serve every day.
Sure.
To make sure that they measure up.
Great recommendations. Thank you so much. I've
My
certainly
pleasure.
learned a little bit about boxed wine. Now, for all things wine, head to Matthew's blog. I've put up a link on our website, cbs12.com, and click on links. Cheers, my friend.
Cheers.
To Memorial Day.
Yep. Have a good one.
We're back in a moment.